2024, get ready for the buys. The Eagles got the bye, the Lions got the bye. Get ready for week 5. The Chargers got the bye, the Titans got the bye. Get ready for week 5. To start, I'm depressed about Rashee Rice. And rapping about fantasy just doesn't seem right. But it's week 5, the first week for the buys. I gotta stay alive, I'm just trying to get by. So who I'm gonna talk about on a buy first? I need a bye week replacement for Jalen Hurts. Drop Jahan Dotson, pick up Deshaun Watson. He's playing the Commanders. I hope it's a bonanza, but man, I'm having running back problems. And now I got a week 5 bye for J.K. Dobbins. So many injuries, I can go on with this nonsense. So go to your waves and pick up Roschon Johnson. I gotta replace Saquon, no one's as fast as him. But maybe I can pick up Alexander Madison. Zamir White fumbled, you need to hear this. If you're looking for a bye, we plug in for Jahmyr Gibbs. That's my summary. If you got David Montgomery or Tony Pollard, who you gonna get with your fab dollar? Maybe Xavier Leggett is a wide that you could get. If you lost A.J. Brown, go and get Josh Downs. Buy for St. Brown or Devontae Smith. Run to your waivers and get Dontavian Wicks. Get your team in order with a buy for Sam Laporta. You got it in your draft. Go get Tucker Kraft. Yo, what's up, everybody? It is Friday night, and welcome to the Friday Football Freakout. Tonight, I am going solo, so it's solo Saratoga Slim. It's Saratoga Slim here, also known as Dad Rap, at Dad Rap Music. You can follow me on Instagram. I have my special music guest with me tonight. Sky Royale is going to be joining me in a bit, but before we get to that, I want to say, hopefully everyone is doing well out there. I know there has been major storm, Hurricane Helene, that hit the southeast, and we're thinking about doing something for charity through the show for the people down there in Asheville, North Carolina. So my thoughts go out to everyone that has been affected by the storm. So on that note, we're going to be having a lot of fun tonight. So it's the end of the week. It's Friday night. So get a beer, chill out for a little bit, hear a little bit of music. We're going to be freestyling, me and my man Sky Royale, a little bit later in the show. But before that, we're going to be starting off, as we do on the Friday Football Freakout, looking at the news of the day. And starting off with the news of the day, the first thing is Jonathan Taylor is out with this high ankle sprain. Big news. And if you get the chance to go out on your waiver wires, make sure you pick up his backup, Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon you should get right now on your backups if you're able to get them. If you have Jonathan Taylor, if you're playing against Jonathan Taylor, go and pick up Trey Sermon. Also for the Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Richardson, the QB, is questionable with an oblique. So instead of having Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, we may be seeing Joe Flacco with Trey Sermon in the backfield. Moving along to the New York Giants, Malik Neighbors is out with this concussion. We were hoping he was going to be back because of the Thursday Night Football, having 10 days to prepare, but he is out. Also, Devin Singletary is doubtful with a groin injury, so Tyrone Tracy will likely get the start. Eric Gray will be mixing in with him, so a couple of options if you need a running back. Tyrone Tracy, they're playing at Seattle. We're going to be talking a little bit about Seattle later in the show. Also, big news out of Las Vegas today. Zamir White is out. Also, Devontae Adams, their wide receiver. I have a question mark there because we really don't know if Devontae Adams is going to be playing ever again with the Las Vegas Raiders. He is out with a hamstring, so the Raiders are a debacle right now. Also, a team that's looking for a wide receiver is the Kansas City Chiefs with Rashee Rice with that horrible ACL injury that we saw, or knee injury. Really don't know the extent of it. He's going to get more MRIs done this week, but he is on IR. Rashee Rice, a guy who's coming off of IR. Going through the news of the day here, Nick Chubb, the running back for the Cleveland Browns, he is back at practice, so he has 21 days to get back activated with the Cleveland Browns. They say he looks like his old self, so if you're able to get Nick Chubb on your team at this point, go for it. Another guy who is likely out on Monday Night Football, Taysom Hill, the tight end running back. Swiss Army knife for the New Orleans Saints. He will likely be out as they are playing at Kansas City on Monday night. We'll have to check out the practice reports for the Saints tomorrow. As we move along to other players, Trey McBride is good to go after having a concussion. So what's been seen right now, what we're seeing in the NFL, is guys are missing like 1 week minimum due to concussions. Everyone's really on edge about concussions, obviously, in the NFL. So sometimes you would see a guy like Malik Neighbors get hurt on a Thursday night, come back and play the next Sunday. That's not happening right now. Same thing for Trey McBride. He missed 1 week, but he'll be back. Good to go, so get him back in your lineups. We're going to get some tight ends back in our lineups right now. Evan Engram for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's questionable with a hamstring injury. He's been limited in practice all week, so likely he will be back. Also, David Njoku is questionable with an ankle, and he may get back. So some good news for the tight ends that we're going to get some of them back. Trey McBride, Evan Engram, and David Njoku. Tank Dell, he had a chest injury, missed last week. He is also questionable to return this week. Big news out of Washington is that Brian Robinson Jr. is a game-time decision. He did return in limited fashion to practice today, the running back for the Washington Commanders. Austin Eckler is good to go, as I said, coming back off of that concussion. Guys now taking that 1 week off due to the concussion. Austin Eckler, he may be splitting time, though, with Jeremy McNichols, who was really good last week with 2 touchdowns. With Eckler out, but now if Brian Robinson's out, Eckler will be mixing in and out with Jeremy McNichols. But we'll see what happens actually with that, because Brian Robinson is a game-time decision. As we move along with the running backs, doubtful. Joe Mixon, I think I saw at the beginning of the show. Shoddy. I'm in shambles with Jonathan Taylor and Joe Mixon out. Yes, it looks like Joe Mixon is also going to be out again. Really tough that this keeps on happening, that this drop, what do you call it? The drop hip tackle took Joe Mixon out on Sunday Night Football, and now this is going to be his second week or third week. I think it's definitely his second week that he's been out. So really tough with that drop hip tackle. One note about this whole situation here is with Joe Mixon out, everyone ran out and got Cam Akers, right? Cam Akers may not be the full-time back here. Dameon Pierce practiced today for the Houston Texans and may be mixing it up with not Joe Mixon, but Dameon Pierce and Cam Akers with Mixon out. Last but not least here, we got 2 wide receivers to talk about on the Daily News. Khalil Shakir, the big-time wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills, is out with an ankle injury. And Romeo Doubs, I have down here, questionable personal. They actually made that doubtful just a little bit ago. So Romeo Doubs is doubtful for personal reasons. They say he may not return to the team by Sunday. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the Green Bay Packers when I give out my daily lineup. But without Romeo Doubs, as we know, Dontavian Wicks had a monster week last week as Jordan Love had his first week back. And obviously Jaden Reed, one of the top wide receivers in fantasy so far this year. Let's go to the chat. My fantasy team is hurting from buys and injuries. I picked up Trevor Lawrence to start versus the Colts. Rob Ennis says, and yes, I think that's the key thing. For everyone out there, you have to realize that everyone is hurting with injuries. I have multiple teams, and every team I got Jonathan Taylor out. I got Rashee Rice out. I got Malik Neighbors out on 2 teams. I had A.J. Brown out. I had Ken Walker out. I have Pacheco out. So these are all my teams. I have at least 1 or 2 of these guys. So keep to your guns. Keep making moves. As Rob N did here, he made a move. He got Trevor Lawrence to start versus the Colts. Hey, the Colts, as I got my Colts jersey on, my Eric Dickerson Colts jersey on, the Colts are going through some problems right now without Anthony Richardson, without Jonathan Taylor. Their defense hasn't been good. That could be a high-scoring game as we look at Jacksonville versus the Colts. We got some Starter 6 stuff here. The rap content is epic. David Barista, you haven't seen anything yet. I have Sky Royale, who's coming on soon. I'm going to try to get through some of the football stuff a little bit quicker tonight. Last time, if you guys stuck around, I had a great time on the on the Friday football freakout with my man Manlow last week, Curtis Manlow. We did a great job, but we went way too deep into the injury report and everything. So those are the injuries for this week, and we are going to be moving along to the next segment, which is the starter sit segment. And as you can see, we have a question already. Sutton, Stevenson, Madison, Waddle, start 3. Oh, it's not, no, Wan'Dale Robinson. Sorry, I read it as Waddle. So I have a similar start sit issue here. I think Cortland Sutton out of these guys is probably one of the safest. If you want to go safe, Sutton has been getting 9 targets a game on average, I read. So Sutton is going to be getting the work, and he's versus Las Vegas, and I don't think Las Vegas has been very good all year, so I like Sutton there. Big news, I just was about to say it about Ramondre Stevenson. He is no longer the starter. He fumbled away his starting job. As you could say, Antonio Gibson is going to be getting the start. They say Stevenson will still be playing, so that's a little bit of a question with Stevenson. They're playing against Miami, who has not been good against a run, so Stevenson could be a good play if you don't believe this whole starting thing and it's just something to motivate him, to get him back. Madison, though, is the starter. So you got a guy there in Alexander Madison who will be starting that game for Oakland as Zamir White is out for that one. So looking at 3 of those, who do I want? So Wan'Dale Robinson is another tough one. Obviously, he's going to get plenty of looks, but up in Seattle, I don't know if the Giants are going to have very good luck at all there. So if you put this one to me, I would start Sutton, Madison, and Wan'Dale Robinson, and bench Ramondre Stevenson just because of this whole fumbleitis thing that's cost him his starting job. You don't know how much he's going to get, if they're going to punish him, and if Antonio Gibson's going to get all the carries and all the touches, or it's just a joke. We'll find out, but I don't like starting a guy when you got this controversy around him. So Shoddy says, love the content, Slim. As a rookie football fantasy league player, this was very helpful. So this is what I'm trying to do. Have a good time on Friday nights. Talk to everyone out there. And we got someone. I would go Robinson. Robinson for who? Wan'Dale Robinson. Okay, yeah. So in that 3-pack, Wan'Dale Robinson. Yeah, I like Wan'Dale. He's going to get plenty of looks. I think they're going to fall behind, and it might be one of those situations where, Wan'Dale is just going to get a bunch of catches. I don't see them even scoring a touchdown maybe up there in Seattle. The Giants are going to have some major issues. Another question on the start-sit segment of the night. So I haven't even got to my start-six. Thank you for dropping them in the chat. Caleb or Gino or Christian Kirk, Dontavian Wicks. I'm going to make it easy for you with this one. I love Dontavian Wicks this week. I know he had a blow-up game last week with 2 touchdowns. Kirk, hey, he's also, I've seen, getting recommended as someone to play, so that's a tough one. But I actually like Brian Thomas Jr. a little bit more as possibly the number 1 there. But I have Brian Thomas Jr. in my DFS lineup, so I think either way there, you can't really lose. And I think I'd take Geno Smith here. Hey, the Giants haven't been very good on defense this year, and I just feel like, Geno, he is, I think, leading the league in passing yards. He only has 4 touchdowns, though. That's what's really holding him back from being a fantasy stud so far this year, Geno Smith. But hey, if Ken Walker doesn't get some of those rushing touchdowns, those 3 touchdowns he had on Monday Night Football, and Geno gets another passing touchdown in there, I feel like Seattle is going to destroy the Giants up there in Seattle at 4:25 Eastern p.m. on Sunday. So I would go with Geno Smith on this one. Okay, we got another one. Shoddy, Dak or Kyler Murray to start? I'm against Jared Welch in this scenario, so Shoddy has to win. All right, so this is a tough one. Let me think through this a little bit. I like Kyler Murray. I think San Francisco, being on the road in San Francisco could be difficult, but I think that's going to be a high-scoring game, as it is a 50 over and under. It's the highest, I think, over and under of the week. So I could see Kyler Murray getting a lot of action. Dak at Pittsburgh, I don't love it. I think, Sunday Night Football, anything could happen there, but that's going to be a very hostile environment. Pittsburgh's defense has looked very good this year, as they have gotten off to a 3-1 start. They were 3-0 basically on on the strength of their defense. So I would go with Kyler Murray in that spot, and hopefully you beat Jarrett. So back to the other one, probably Kirk. Yeah, that's a tough one, Kirk or Dontavian Wicks. Another one here, Akers or Sermon. I'll go with Trey Sermon in this one, Jason Ortiz. Thanks for the question, Jason. Trey Sermon is going to be getting pretty much he's going to be the starter. There's another dude, Godson, that's going to be mixing in behind him, but Sermon's going to be getting all the work there. Jacksonville, not a very good team. It could be a high-scoring game. Sermon's going to get plenty of work. Akers, as I said, Damian Pierce did practice today, so if Pierce is back, I would steer away from Akers and go with Sermon. And also, thoughts on Tyrone Tracy. I like Tyrone Tracy overall. I really do. I've seen a lot of sparks from him, watching a lot of the Giants games so far this year. He looks good, but I just think the situation up in Seattle, if they had neighbors, I would say, hey, at least they're going to have some offense where, they could not have to stack the box. But Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton on the outside, those are the two wide receivers that Daniel Jones is going to have to rely on. I could see Tracy. He's going to get work. He's going to get some catches. So if you don't have any other better options, he is a starting NFL running back this week. So good luck with Tracy. I was going to talk about this one later. Will Diggs have a good game against the Bills? I hope he does. This is not a homecoming. This game is in Houston, where Stephon Diggs plays his old team, the Buffalo Bills, and it could be a revenge game, I guess you could call it. Slim slapping a duct tape Sermon on the back of that jersey this week. Yeah, well, there it is. I got the jersey with Trey Sermon's name on the back of it. But yeah, I'm not a huge Trey Sermon fan, to say the least, but he's going to get the shot here. He had a touchdown last week that he vultured off of Jonathan Taylor. I have Jonathan Taylor in the league, and my waiver priority, I put Trey Sermon at number 1 just to get him. So I got him. I'm starting him and hoping for the best. Jacksonville is a very good matchup. They're not very good against the run. Another question coming in. Will you trade, Jason Ortiz, will you trade Godwin and TJ Hawkinson for Marvin Harrison? This is very good that you guys have come up with these notes, because TJ Hawkinson also was activated or brought up the IR list, and he has 21 more days to get activated. So Hawkinson should be back. Week 5? Should be back by week 8. And then you got Chris Godwin, who's just looked awesome. Not so great on last night. We didn't talk about the game last night. Atlanta beating Tampa Bay 36-30 in overtime in a crazy game. Kirk Cousins over 500 yards passing, and Godwin did not have a lot of action in that game. I think he ended up with like 5 for 60 something. So Godwin for TJ Hawkinson for Marvin Harrison. Boy, I like Harrison a lot. I think anytime when you get the best player in a deal, that's the deal you have to do. I think Harrison is the best player in this deal, but Godwin has been damn good, and I would have to question this also. Take a look at your tight end. If you think Hawkinson's going to be your starting tight end, I would not do it. If you have another tight end on your team that you think is better than Hawkinson, then I could see making this deal. But Godwin and Harrison are pretty similar. Obviously, one guy has better weeks from week to week, but take a look at your tight end and see if you have someone better than Hawkinson. He says my tight end is Kittle. Yeah, I would do it then, because I don't see you starting Hawkinson over Kittle for a while. If Kittle stays healthy, that is, obviously. But yeah, I would do it if you really like Marvin Harrison. I think he is an upper echelon wide receiver. But Godwin has been damn good this year, so you got to really buy into Kyler to Marvin Harrison. Another question here. All right. I guess he needs one of these guys. Sermon, Justice Hill, Akers, or Tracy. I would go with Sermon. He's their number 1 starter out of these guys. I know Tracy's also the starter, but doesn't have as good of a matchup. Half-point PPR. Justice Hill in a full PPR, he's been getting tons of catches out of the backfield. I could see Derrick Henry destroying Cincinnati on the ground, though, this week, because Cincinnati cannot stop the run. So I could just see Derrick Henry really destroying them on the ground. Justice Hill maybe not getting a lot of action. Akers, as I said, with Damian Pierce back, I'm steering away from Akers. And Tracy, just don't love the matchup up in Seattle. So I'm saying Trey Sermon to a lot of these questions. So hopefully I'm right. I am starting Trey Sermon in one of my leagues, though, that I have Jonathan Taylor. So I'm in there with you guys. guys. So for my own starts and sits today, I have one that I want to open up to the crew here. I have Cortland Sutton, Shawan Jennings, Dontavian Wicks, and Xavier Leggett. I need to start 2 of these wide receivers. As I said, Sutton's against Vegas. Jennings is against Arizona. Leggett is against the Chicago Bears. And Wicks is at St. Louis. Hey, man, I love Wicks this week. As I said, I'm going to be talking more about that in my daily lineup coming up. I'm starting Dontavian Wicks there in my daily lineup, and I'm starting Dontavian Wicks with this one. So then I'm left with Sutton, Shawan Jennings, or Xavier Leggett. And this is a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Sutton as the more of the safe pick of these 3 that are left. Wicks is a huge upside pick. Jennings with both Deebo Samuel and Ayuk there. He's still getting looks. He did lead the team in targets last week and yards receiving for the San Francisco 49ers. But for me, I'm going with Sutton and Wicks in this one. And that's what my man Jason also, Sutton and Wicks. So that's good. Jennings is now a 4th option. Yes, it's 2 with Kittle's back also, and Leggett does have a tough matchup. How much longer can Andy Dalton become, the top guy in one of the top passers in the league? My other one that I need to flex out of these 3, a little bit tougher, Jalen Waddle, Chase Brown versus Rico Dowdle. Well, for Waddle, he's at the Patriots. I think that it could be a little bit of a good matchup for Waddle. Chase Brown and Dowdle, they both have tough matchups. Brown versus Baltimore and Dowdle at Pittsburgh. So I'm going with my man Jalen Waddle. Hopefully they get it going with Snoop Huntley as the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. All right, so moving along. And I will tell you this, I've done this solo tonight because of Jared Welch. Jared Welch, this was his recommendation that I try to do this solo, so I don't know. Hopefully people are enjoying it out there that I'm doing solo, but I will not be solo for long because I will be bringing on my man Sky Royale in just a little bit to talk all about hip-hop and everything else in the world. So everything is going on, and he's a major motivation for me for all of my rapping, so I'm going to bring on my guy in a little bit. But before I do that, to finish off the football segment part of this show, I'm going to give you my daily fantasy lineup, and then the musical guest, my man Sky Royal, is going to be on the show. So check it out. Week 5 daily fantasy lineup. I've done horrible with these all year. All right, I apologize if anyone has played my lineups. So I just want everyone to know that this is what I'm thinking this week. Please either play it or don't. Don't get mad at me if you play it and it loses. But if they win, please give me all the credit. So Jordan Love, as I talked about. Hey, the Los Angeles Rams have been one of the worst teams against the pass this year. And man, last week, Jordan Love was back with 4 touchdowns, 389 yards passing. I'm matching him up with a double stack here of Jaden Reed, who went for 7 for 139 and a touchdown last week, and Dontavian Wicks had 5 for 78 and 2 touchdowns. As I said, the Rams have been horrible against the pass. This game has a 48.5 over and under at the Rams. And, man, the Rams gave up last week. In week 3, they gave up 292 yards and 3 touchdowns to Brock Purdy, that Juwan Jennings breakout game. In week 2, they gave up 3 touchdowns to Kyler Murray. So the Rams, I could see Jordan Love passing all over them, and Jaden Reed and Dontavian Wicks really being the main 2 beneficiaries. Isn't Reed hurt? I don't think so, Rob. I have not seen that he is hurt. I think you might be thinking about Dobbs. Dobbs is out with a personal. And then, oh man, we can't wait. Got to hear the rap. We're sticking around for the rap. All right, so I'll get through this quickly. All right. Someone said Waddle. So that other one, I said Waddle. That's good. So we're going to get through that. We're going to get through this quickly. Chuba Hubbard. I mean, this guy, Chuba Hubbard, has been amazing the last 2 weeks. He's a guy that I'm going to be starting at Chicago. He has 218 yards rushing, 2 total touchdowns, and 9 catches for 72 yards in his past 2 games. The Bears last week gave 94 yards and a touchdown up to Kyron Williams. And 2 weeks ago, they gave up 110 yards and 2 touchdowns to Jonathan Taylor. So the Bears, I think Chuba Herbert keeps it on going in Chicago. Jordan Mason, been a rock star with C-Mac out this year. Home to Arizona. This game has, as I said before, an over and under of 50, so a lot of scoring expected here. And Jordan Mason is just going to keep it rolling. He's up to $7,400 now on DraftKings, but still underpriced for the amount of production he is putting out there. We talked about the Packers wide receivers already. I need an upside play here with Brian Thomas Jr. I'm looking at, as I talked about, Kirk being a good option, home against Indianapolis. Indianapolis just really has not been good against the pass. Last week, they gave up 7 catches of 113 yards to George Pickens of Pittsburgh. 2 weeks ago, another rookie, Rome Odunze, went for 6 for 112 and a touchdown 2 weeks back. So I feel that Indianapolis has been susceptible to big plays from Pickens and Odunze the last 2 weeks. And Brian Thomas Jr., he has 11 for 134 and a touchdown on 18 targets in the last 2 weeks. He's really coming on. I said before, Evan Engram might be coming back to that passing game for Jacksonville. So I think that actually might help Brian Thomas open it up. I'll finish it off real quick with this lineup. I got Eric All Jr. for $2,700. He's just a real value play. He has 12 for 82 yards in his last 3 games, and he's getting a lot of work for Cincinnati. So he's been averaging 4 targets a game for that. So for that very low price, they're going to be passing a lot. I think they're going to fall behind to Baltimore. So I'm hoping All Jr. gets it going. As I've been talking about all year, the Washington Commanders, one of the worst teams versus the pass. Amari Cooper, he is, this Washington team, I'm all about starting Deshaun Watson. I talked about in my wrap to start the show. Pick up Deshaun Watson. I have Jalen Hurts on bye. So Amari Cooper at Washington, I can see him getting a lot of work. And last but not least, I talked about it, the Giants going up to Seattle. I don't think they have a chance, and I think Seattle might even shut them out. Daniel Jones, he's going to have a hard time up there, and it's going to be a lot of issues up there, so I can see Seattle getting turnovers. And that's my lineup, my daily lineup for this week. Before we bring in my special guest, let's see, we got some... Am I going to the Breeders' Cup? I'm not going to the Breeders' Cup. I'm sorry, Shoddy. I'm going to be missing out. I'm going to be missing out with the dudes and with my man Ryan Stillman out there, but I don't think I could pull it off leaving the 2 kids behind. I don't get the Packers Love Fest. Wicks is a great price, but no interest in Love. Hey, man, I just think the Rams, the pass defense has been disgusting. So I see Love. He had a huge game last week. I know they fell behind and he had to pass every down, but I could really see Love going off. Another one. Josh Jacobs might finally have a game. Not much to work with Sunday, honestly. So we'll see what happens, Rob. And I'm not talking about you. Everyone has overrated them since offseason, in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, I mean, hey, I don't know, man. We'll have to see what happens, but I feel like Stillman rap battle. Okay, yes, so we're going to get on the rap battle here. All right, not a rap battle, but my man, I'm bringing my man to the stage here. Sky, are you there? Uh-oh, I think he might be frozen. Oh, man. I don't know. I think my man might be frozen. Log back on, Sky. I gotta email him. I gotta text him. Hold on. So. Oh, man. So we're having some technical difficulties, sorry, with my man coming on the show here, but he's gonna try to get back on. I just saw him disappear, so he'll try to log back on. I get him back in here. All right, I think he's on. There he is. What's up, my man?
You got him?
What's up? Can you hear this beat playing?
I got.
All right, this is my man here, Sky Royale. Introduce yourself to the world, Sky.
Hey guys. Sky, you can catch massage there for 5
Oh, dude. Hold on a second, man.
You
Okay.
can't.
I think. Okay, try that again. Tell me about yourself, Sky.
Can you guys hear me?
You're good now.
All right. What's going on, you guys? Real art, financial professional, the highest rated in the entire DMV, and I make music.
Yo, all right. So you're a financial advisor, a massage therapist, and a rapper. It's an amazing combination, man. That's why I just wanted to work with you for a while because we've been talking to each other and I wanted to get you on this show. I'm not sure if the rapping's going to work out so well because you're like choppy in and out, but I know you say your connection's kind of junky.
Yeah. Man. I'm grateful for you as well because I'm impressed with your setup and the fact that you're congruent.
Hey man, this is this community I have here with the racing dudes. One of the things that I retired, I used to do horse racing riding for the racing dudes, and I retired. And I missed this community, so this was a way for me. I just said I just was gonna start rapping about. I was getting ready for my fantasy football draft. I've been rapping this whole year, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make a rap about fantasy football, and people really liked it. And I'm like, I'm gonna just keep on doing it, and I'm like, well, I know community people that want to talk about it, so come out on a Friday night and just have some time to chill out with people and see what people are thinking.
I love that. Oh man, just the fact that you guys have a strong community. I mean, I'm to be part of that. For having me, and any kind of I'm here.
Yeah, dude. Your audio is coming in and out, man. Let's see if I can get something. Hold on. Apologies. See if that works better. So tell me more about you've been doing a lot of shows. You're out of Baltimore. Tell me about your shows you've been doing in Baltimore.
I mean, can you hear me?
This is better. Yes. I think that's better. Yeah.
No. I mean, I've been doing a lot of open mics. I've done a few shows. Since the year started, my aim was to do as many open mics as I possibly could, and I'm up to about 20 so far. Recorded about 30 songs since the year started. I don't know if I said this before. I believe I did, but the highest rated massage therapist in the entire DMV, I have 534 5-star reviews on Google, and I make songs about it. My whole aim is to connect the dots on your health and your wealth, and while they're both heavily important, but not only that, I mean, make it cool, because it seems with this new generation, especially with these last 4 years, that everybody's chasing money, but don't realize that they're losing their health in the process. I mean, your real wealth is your health, right? And the more that you focus on making sure that you first health-wise are right, chasing the money, investing the money, that's the next step. Just understanding that they all connect.
No doubt about it, man. Yeah, I talked about this last week. I had a colonoscopy last Friday. I'm old, man. At 45 years old. This show is for old people, man. I know you're a lot younger than me, but
my mom is 20 years older than you.
So check this out. Check this out. With health, I'm trying to tell people out there. This is sort of I'm dad rap. I'm trying to be a role model for the dads out there. Not a role model, just someone to motivate. Be you're right. Be healthy. Care about your health. I don't eat the best sometimes. I eat fast food and junk, and I'm man, I should be better. And you're right. Your health is the first thing. And I had a song when the pandemic happened. Actually, I wrote a song. It's called Health, Family, Career, Money.
Love it.
Those are the 4 things, but in order. Health is number 1.
Right.
Your family.
Right.
2. Your career. Whatever it is you're doing, and then money. Money comes last, but you need money. You can't just say money's nothing because then money doesn't buy happiness. We all know that is that's the saying. But yeah, we obviously needed to survive. So, all right, man. So, do we want to rap? Do we want to rap for these people?
Man, yeah, I want to rap, man. I want to give them some of the energy that we're gonna come with. So we didn't tell y'all this, but one of the main reasons why I got with him was because I'm inspired to want to make some songs with him. I want to make some songs inspiring to his finals and to his fans.
All right. I don't know, man. Do you hear this beat?
I can, yeah.
All right. See, I wanted to bring one of your beats. You got this song about the money wealth. It's like your #1 song on your IG. I love that song.
The How You Go song. This beat is dope, but it's not my flow. But I can rap over. Let's make it.
All right, let's go this.
Nah, man, these are too old school.
These are too old
That's
school.
so cheesy.
Oh my god.
That's so cheesy saying that because I love old school beats. But all right, are you playing these off of your And I appreciate you, David. I genuinely do.
Oh, man, we
you
did
playing
not.
those off your MP or your iTunes, or are you playing it off of YouTube?
I have these songs logged into StreamYard, so like, all right, let's see, man. These are too old school beats for you.
No, it's just.
I know.
Energy I want to rap with it's not my energy. They're dope beats though. They're not whack. They're yours. That's what I'm saying, bro. You got a whole. That's you, bro. Go ahead, kill it.
Oh my god. No, I need you to rap.
I'm definitely going to, but you need to start me off, I guess.
Oh, you want me to start off?
I guess.
Oh my god. So okay, Shoddy. All right, Shoddy's putting me to the test here. All right.
Go ahead, bro. Kill it.
All right. Let's see what I got here.
Nah, my favorite.
Freestyle. All right, check it out. All right. This might not be the beat. I don't know. I can't feel it either. I'm having issues with this.
So, are you not able to play anything off of YouTube? Because it seems like their name is to their YouTube.
Actually can't, because the spiders or whatever, the web crawlers that find it, and then
I'm looking at Shotty's picture and it has the YouTube symbol right next to it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm just an American dad. Old school like American bandstand. The next Dick Clark, I pick apart my art like Mozart. I rhyme, I throw darts like I'm at Moe's with Homer. An American dad can't be a loner. He has to be the life of the party. A Back to the Future dad like Marty. So hop in my DeLorean, put Dora the Explorer, and lose Pete the Cat with new shoes. That's see how that's it.
That's written. That's dope. That was written, but
you've heard of it before.
Pay attention to your stuff.
She's saying, okay, this show is going off the rails. She's saying that you could. This is actually not a bad idea, Shoddy. If you have a beat you like, play it off your phone. Put it in your speaker.
I'm not even gonna try to do that. That's what I'm saying. You're the person playing. I can hear it. I can hear the beat. But again, I'm kind of confused on why you can't play anything off of YouTube.
All right, let me see here. I don't know. We'll see.
Go off of YouTube, bro. No. Go off of YouTube. Type in the search bar. Type in OSVMA.
Okay. On YouTube. All right. Is this your guy?
It's the beats that I be rapping to. Usually, this person makes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what do I do then? What do you
I just said type in OS.
I got the dude on the screen here.
All right, then pick any beat that you choose. Any beat that pops up, it don't matter.
All right. I don't know if this is gonna work though. Did you get it?
Oh wow, no. So you can only play from this specific StreamYard situation.
That's kind of the deal, yeah.
Got you. Are you can you download one of those beats then? Or you know what? Screw it. Don't even do it. Just keep playing beats, I guess.
All right. I'll get you one. I'll get you one here. Hold on. Let's see. This one will be good.
Uh-uh.
No, he's not feeling it. All right.
You know what it is, bro? These are your beats. This is what I'm saying. This is your lane. Like, I'm not in your lane. This is your lane. You got it. That's why people rock with you, because you're dope. You're dope as hell. Excuse me. You're dope as well. All right, hold on.
God.
Got it, got it. That's better. Um, yeah, yeah. With the drag rap, with the drag this. We can bring anybody to brag bad, but not just bringing in the black and white. Start the board, social constructs, right? They may not see the themes, breaking through reality, the matrix of dreams. Uh, and really what you mean, besides level key and health is the bring in of the basis of love. Everybody wanna be somebody, but trust themselves not enough. So I see self-reflection is the way we gotta be. And let the beat bang. Everything when it come like the meat hangs, but I'm a vegetarian. I let the meat say it's not good for your body on a Tuesday. So eating bad foods or make your stomach rain and get mad at yourself like you do it, but you do it lame. You need to do it better. But when you do the fitness community, like they control the weather, like it's crazy with the Astro in Tennessee in Ohio, messed up, and everybody's like, why though? Because they don't believe in genetic engineering or geoengineering with the weather. They show it in your face. It's like forever. They have to show folks. They have to understand. They have to know folks. But most folks don't know themselves enough to wake up to see the third eye bright. When you wake up in life, God is gonna wake it. When it's got to sleep. All we got to do is be who we really want to be, and we deserve to be everything we deserve. And we believe we deserve. What the world is worth.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is. All right, we got
Hey,
something at least. I don't know, man.
hey,
So this is
hey.
pissing me off. That was good. I loved it.
The beat
That
is up. Now that's a good beat.
that was good. That was good.
That's a good
At
beat.
least
That's
we
a
got
good beat.
something on here, but like I literally emailed StreamYard about this issue. Like when I
Yeah.
play music and it cuts out, and I put the setting on that they told me to, but then we couldn't hear you. So then I had to take that setting off. And then when I did a rap again, so I cannot get this straight on here. So I apologize, but like literally go to Sky Royal. His IG is right there. Royally tenacious. This dude is sick. Like
Oh, thank you, man.
he
Look,
got
let's put the spotlight on you because again, I'm only here because of obviously you, and I know you guys know this guy is super dope. He has over 2,000 followers on Instagram by himself without like any crazy real promotion. So like, let's be real. He has his own lane. Those beats are not my vibe, but he's one of the only people that can rock over him like that. I don't know anybody currently that can rock over something like that and do what he does the way he does it. And the one thing that attracted me to him the most is that he's authentic. Like, okay, let's be frank and real here. I'm not looking at the social constructs, but he's a middle-aged white guy rapping about dad stuff. Other people, in my opinion, be like, "Oh, that's corny." But in my opinion, I think that's one of the coolest, most genuine things you could do because he's not trying to be anybody but who he is, and he's dope as hell at it. So, like, I'm impressed with you, sir.
tell you this, man. It took me a long time to get to this point because I'll tell you this: when I started rapping in 1993, I was a little kid, and I thought I was gonna be like Crisscross, and I
Yeah,
rapped about stuff that they rapped about because I thought that was cool. And there was another bad creation. This is before your time. This is the early 90s.
that was when I was born, actually, in '93.
The 90s, you might remember Crisscross. They did
I
Jump.
do. I remember Chris Cross, of course.
Biggest song of the decade.
Yeah,
So
I
I thought
remember
it was write songs, and I have these. So then in 2000, I was in college, and I was like, oh, Eminem is the biggest thing, and DMX. So I'm like, I'm gonna be a mix between DMX and Eminem and rap and be the craziest guy, and like
Hey,
that's what I did. And I wasn't true to myself. And then even in my last time I tried, 2007, 2008, the Dirty South bounce, that
yeah,
was big sound. And I was like, oh, I'm going to make songs like that. So I always tried to sound like someone else. And this time around, I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I know. What I live is what I'm gonna talk about, and how I rap, how I've been rapping my whole life is how I'm gonna rap, because I just like I'm done with trying to be like anyone else, because that's not really, when you're not yourself, people can tell, and it's and and you're not being true to yourself. It makes you feel like, so this time I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try my best I can, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, I don't care, because
That's why I'm here. Everything you just said is why I'm here, bro. Literally, everything you just said is why I'm here and why when I first seen you, instead of looking at it like it was cringeworthy, I looked at it like, yo, he's dope. First of all, you can feel the authenticity. And I want people to know, um, so believe it or not, the strongest emotion that a human can emit. Oh, David, I appreciate you.
so,
The fuck these people. uh, um, yeah, nah, for real though, you definitely are dope. So the strongest emotion that a human can emit is authenticity. So when you chose that, that's the reason on why you have a following like you do. That's the reason on why people are tuned into this on the fact that you guys connect on this situation on sports. But like people are attracted to your authenticity, man. And I think when I was telling you this on the phone, what I want to do with our connection is just pour my confidence into you because you are dope as hell. If you think I'm dope as hell, the way that you put me on a pedestal, bro, you see what you see in me, you see in yourself. You just have to acknowledge that.
thank you. And this is why I keep around this guy. We're gonna wrap this up though, because I don't like trying to get this show over 45 minutes long, but I appreciate having Sky on the show. And this is the thing, right? Like, what we did tonight was just like technical difficulties and all that, but we are going to make a song, or more than one
Bro,
song.
we're gonna make a mixtape. We're making a whole project, guys.
An
Whole
official
project.
point that people are gonna hear our
Yes.
music together and our rapping be much better sounding than this tonight. So apologize for the technical difficulties, but I have growing pains on this show trying to get these musical guests to go in the right sounds and audios on StreamYard. And but anyway, for the show, thank you so much for coming on board, Sky.
Yes, sir.
We'll keep in touch, man. We're gonna make some tracks soon.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm here whenever you need me, man.
All right, man. I'm proud of you too. So for Saratoga Slim, Dad Rap Music. Follow me at Dad Rap Music on Instagram. For my man Sky Royale, follow him at Royally Tenacious on Instagram.
And you can follow me anywhere at Sky Royal on any other platform, Facebook, Instagram, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, he's big on Facebook too. So check him out. Check out his music. And, we'll see you guys. I will give you a programming note. I will not be doing this show on next Friday night. We're going to be doing a special show. I'll be sending out some information on Wednesday night. As next Friday, you're going to love this, man. It's my daughter's 8th birthday weekend. So we're going away. We're going to have a good trip. And, that's the most important thing. As I said, your health and your family are the top two things. So keeping your health and being with your family, those are the top two things. So next week, I will not be doing the Friday night show, but Wednesday night, we're going to be checking in again with y'all about fantasy football. So for week 5, everyone, hopefully you have a great weekend and a good fantasy football weekend. Peace. I'm out.
Hey.